Have you ever believed something for years, maybe even your whole life, only to find out it was completely wrong? That moment, when a long-held belief shatters and the truth shines through, has a fantastic word for it: debunk. So, what does debunk mean? Simply put, it means to expose something as false, exaggerated, or based on bad information. It's all about cutting through the noise, clearing up confusion, and replacing popular myths with cold, hard facts. Now let's break down the word itself. The main form is the verb debunk. For example, you could say, the scientist worked hard to debunk the popular myth. Then we have the noun, debunking, which is the act of exposing those false ideas. You might read a headline like, the article was a complete debunking of the latest internet rumor. Interestingly, debunk doesn't have a standard adjective or adverb form. We usually just use phrases like a debunked theory to describe something that's been proven false. But the best way to understand a word is to see it in action. So let's dive into a story where a widely accepted belief falls apart and the truth finally takes over. Picture this: Hillcrest Middle School. In this school, there was one belief that every single student accepted without question. Room 204 was haunted. Seriously. Students swore they heard phantom footsteps echoing in the empty halls after the final bell. Lights would flicker on and off for no reason. One time, a chair supposedly moved all by itself. Or at least that's what everyone said. Nobody questioned it, they just believed. Until Maya came along. Maya was different. She loved facts, evidence, and logic. And she hated rumors even more. So, one afternoon she decided to get to the bottom of it. Armed with just her phone and a notebook, she stayed behind after school and set up her own little investigation in room 204. She sat quietly, watched, and listened. First, the lights flickered. But Maya noticed something everyone else had missed. They flickered at the exact moment the ancient, rattling air conditioning unit kicked in, drawing a huge surge of power. A coincidence? Maya jotted it down. Later, she heard the footsteps faint, but definitely there. She peeked out the door and saw the school's janitor, quietly making his rounds in soft-soled shoes, his steps echoing slightly in the empty hallway. Not a ghost, just a hardworking guy doing his job. And what about the infamous moving chair? Maya inspected it. She discovered the flooring in that corner of the room was slightly uneven. A tiny push or even a vibration from someone walking by could make the chair rock or shift just enough to seem like it moved on its own. The next day, during the school assembly, Maya stood up and presented her findings. She showed everyone the photos she took. She played videos of the AC unit starting up and the lights flickering in sync. She had clear, simple explanations for everything. The entire room fell silent. Then the principal stood up and smiled. Maya, he said, you didn't just investigate a rumor. You debunked a myth. From that day on, room 204 wasn't the scary, haunted classroom anymore. It was just old. Maya had replaced fear with facts. This happens all the time, not just in schools, but in our everyday lives. Let's take another quick example. The world of health and fitness. Everyone at Leo's gym seemed to believe one thing: drinking lemon water first thing in the morning melts fat. It was repeated so often that it was accepted as fact. No one ever asked for proof, it was just what you did. But Leo, like Maya, was a skeptic. He decided to do his own research. He didn't just ask his friends. He went to the source. He read scientific articles, watched interviews with nutrition experts, and compared actual studies on metabolism. At the end of his deep dive, he posted a simple, polite message on the gym's notice board. It said, "Friendly FYI. Lemon water is healthy and hydrating, but it doesn't directly burn or melt fat. A balanced diet and exercise are key." Some people argued with him. A few were even annoyed that he challenged their routine. But many others read it, nodded, and appreciated the clarification. Leo didn't insult anyone or make them feel foolish. He simply and respectfully debunked a popular myth with facts. So the next time you hear a wild story or a too good to be true claim, think like Maya and Leo. Ask questions. Look for evidence. Be the person who is unafraid to debunk the myth and bring a little more truth into the world. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning with me today, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. See you next time.